What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and there is a post going around concerning Canelo Alvarez and a statement that he made about the Golovkin-Jacobs fight. And he said, you know, he's surprised that it would have went 12 rounds and he would have done a better job, you know, and I kind of scratched my head on a lot of things on that, you know, but it's expected for Canelo Alvarez to say those types of things simply because, you know, it's easier for the outside person to make comments about something they didn't do, you know. When he was inside the room and he had the opportunity, he didn't take the fight. He gave up his belt because I guess he wasn't even ready to fight, or he was, you know, instructed not to take that fight, but it didn't stop him from running his mouth. And it looks to me like it still hasn't stopped him from running his mouth. I think that Canelo Alvarez really needs to go and fight Jacobs first. If he feels that's the case, he needs to fight Jacobs. You know, give Jacobs a big payday. Then he can see if he can beat Jacobs. You see what I'm saying? And that would be one thing Canelo Alvarez could do as a bargaining tool, you know, with his star status. You know, he could make a fight with Danny Jacobs. He's still Ring Magazine's middleweight champion, right? They can fight for that belt. If he beats Chavez Jr., he'll have another belt at 164. I don't see why Jacobs wouldn't want to meet him at 164, but that was only for Chavez, so they can meet at 160, you know. If he feels that he can do a better job with Golovkin, first of all, he needs to fight him. But second of all, he could fight the guy that he figured that gave Golovkin problems. Like a lot of people think that Jacobs gave Golovkin problems. But I will say this about Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs will give anyone a problem. You know, I mean, Pete Rogg just didn't go in there and demolish Danny Jacobs. He got hit with a clean, perfect punch. You know, that was thrown at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. The guy only had one loss. Well, now two losses. And that loss, and none of those losses came easily, you know. And Canelo Alvarez, he only has one loss, but, you know, that's arguably, he was beaten by Islandi Lara. So, you know, he never gave anyone a rematch. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys just talk a lot, man. You hear people speak and they talk, you know, but that's expected again, like I said before, you know. And but yeah, I think that Canelo Alvarez should, you know, really should stop talking and make the fight happen. You know, handle Chavez Jr. if he can, and then if he can't fight Golovkin or won't fight Golovkin, he can fight Danny Jacobs. And if he beats Danny Jacobs, he could then claim, oh, see how easily I did Danny Jacobs? Golovkin couldn't do that. You see where I'm going with this? So, you know, a lot of that, man, comes from just boasting and, you know, just getting in the limelight, you know what I mean? But, I mean, he is a superstar. But anyway, we'll see what he does with Chavez Jr. So, you know, that's my take on it, man. You know, that's my opinion on his statement being from Canelo Alvarez. Would you guys please subscribe to my channel? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. You guys been counterpunched. Peace.